Your ears ring, and at night it gets louder. Here is the strange part. Nothing in your ears actually changed between dinner and bedtime. In the next few minutes we will look at why silence makes tinnitus feel louder, what sound masking really does, how to set it correctly, and which sounds work best. And importantly, when ringing is a sign you should see a doctor first. Tinnitus is sound without an outside source. Ringing, hissing, buzzing, sometimes a pure tone. It is common. Most estimates put it somewhere between 10 and 20% of adults. For most people, it is linked to some degree of hearing change. When the ear sends less signal at certain frequencies, the brain compensates. That compensation is where the night problem begins. The sound itself varies from person to person. A high steady tone is the most common, but hissing like a kettle, buzzing like electricity, or a low hum are all typical. Whatever the flavor, the night mechanism is the same. Your auditory system runs an automatic gain control, like the volume knob on a radio that turns itself up when the station is quiet. During the day, rooms are full of low-level sound, traffic, a fridge, people air moving. That noise floor keeps the gain low, and the ringing sits inside the mix. At night the floor drops away. The brain, hunting for signal in the silence, raises its own gain, and the one sound that never leaves gets amplified with everything else. Same signal, louder to you. You can feel this mechanism in reverse. Notice how tinnitus almost disappears in a shower, or next to a boiling kettle, or on a windy deck. Nothing healed in those moments. The noise floor simply came back up and the gain came down. Sound masking does not switch tinnitus off. It gives the brain competition, a soft, steady, external sound to lock on to, so the internal one loses its monopoly on your attention. Over weeks, this also supports habituation, the process where the brain files the ringing as an important background and stops flagging it. Masking is not a cure. It is a way to make nights manageable while habituation does its slower work. One practical note. Masking at night pairs well with simply having quiet sound in the room during the day too. Many people keep a fan or soft rain running in a silent home office for the same reason. The goal is never total silence. The level is the whole trick, and most people set it wrong. The masking sound should sit just below your tinnitus, not above it. You want the edges of the ringing blurred, not buried. If you drown it completely, you have just traded one noise for another, and louder sound through the night brings its own problems. A simple test: lie down, start the sound, and lower the volume until you can just barely notice the ringing behind it. That is your level. Expect to adjust it for a few nights. Tinnitus fluctuates. Stress, salt, caffeine, and poor sleep all nudge it. So the right level on Monday may sit slightly differently on Thursday. 30 seconds of adjustment is normal, not failure. Broadband sounds work best. Rain, brown noise, a fan, distant surf. They are smooth across frequencies, so there is nothing for the brain to chase. Avoid melodies and speech. Your brain follows the tune and listens to words. Both keep it awake, and prefers sounds without sharp events. No thunderclaps, no seagulls, no sudden waves. Brown noise deserves a special mention. It carries more energy in the low frequencies, which many people find easier to sleep inside than the brighter hiss of white noise. If you share the bed, a small speaker near your pillow at low volume beats filling the whole room with sound, and earbuds designed for sleep exist, but test them carefully. Pressure in the ear for 8 hours bothers many people more than the ringing did. Some tinnitus needs a professional before any nap. If the ringing came on suddenly, get it checked. If it sits in one ear only, get it checked. If it pulses with your heartbeat or came with hearing loss or dizziness, get it checked. These patterns can point to treatable conditions, and time matters for some of them. Masking is for the common, steady, both ears ringing that a doctor has already looked at or that has been with you unchanged for years. A hearing test is worth doing even for ordinary tinnitus. If there is measurable hearing loss, treating that, sometimes just with hearing aids, often reduces the ringing more than any masking sound because the brain stops compensating so hard. I built a small app for exactly this routine. TinniCalm. It plays steady broadband sounds, lets you set the level precisely, and fades out on a timer. No ads, no subscription, no account. You buy it once and it is yours. The link is in the description, along with my other small apps. Set the sound just below the ringing. Give habituation a few weeks and be patient with it. Good night and quiet nights.